Hi everyone, your favorite family package program, Why Community, is back. And I'm so delighted. This is your host, Donyola. How have you been coping with the lockdown? Well, for me, I've put on my creativity cap and I tell you, it's been working 360 degrees, coming up with different concepts, different virtual events, just to keep body and soul together, keep body and soul going. Because when you're not creative, when you're not productive, you kind of start having some kind of mixed feelings because these are tough times that we're all being faced with. So let's get cracking on it. On today's program, we'll be starting with Dayo sharing her week's review in lockdown. Enjoy.
Okay, so my week in a nutshell, that is literally almost impossible to do, but I'm gonna round that up. Okay, so my biggest challenge of the week was homeschooling. See, I'm sure it's probably even worse for those with smaller children, but you know what? I'm a parent, not a teacher, so in saying that, my children have been a godsend. They've been really, really good. We're bonding, we're spending time together. I feel like it's a good way to go. We need to spend more time with these children. And I lied. Other good news have happened this week. So Monday went down to Yanga studio. So I did my first Instagram live session, which I'll be doing twice a week, Mondays and Fridays around lunchtime. But obviously didn't tell anyone I was going on there. So when my friends found out, they were like, oh, why didn't you tell us? We wanted to come on, we'll jump on. So really, I invite you all to meet me on Mondays and Fridays on Yanga TV's Instagram live. We will get into it. Right, I don't know what that was. Tuesday, feeling great. I should have felt great, right? I had a beautiful Monday, got a new contract. I'm a freelancer as well, so I've got a new contract. I've got a gig to look forward to on Wednesday. Tuesday was the craziest day for me. Tuesday blues. I've never experienced it before. I don't know if it was because I didn't do my usual rituals. Usually I'd get up, have a cup of lemon water, I would meditate, I would sort of just come into myself, and then I'll work out before I have my bath. Then I have my breakfast. That's the usual process. I didn't do any of that. I was in bed till lunchtime that day. Then I found out the next day that the only reason why I was in blues that day was because it was National Blues Days. What's that? What is that? Anyway, never experienced it before. We got over that and we carried on. Next day, got out my funk. Played on Clubhouse, absolutely amazing time, and now I've had to create my content for the end of the week for my Friday live show. I've got a special guest coming on. He's another DJ. It's going to be lit, and I will see you guys on Fridays and Mondays on Yanga Live Instagram. Looking forward to it. But yeah, it's been a great week, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Catch you. Be safe, be kind, spread love. See you soon.
Ted Coffee's topic on the program this week, it's on the country in East Central Africa. Here's Ted talking about the Ugandan election.
Hi, I'm Ted Kofi and welcome to another edition of African News. Stop Musevenizing everything, said the president of Uganda's press secretary to a journalist when questioned about the effects of the house arrest of leading opposition politician Bobi Wine and accusations the latter had made of a rigged election on the 14th of January in Uganda. Go and ask the police about Bobi Wine, said the secretary, implying the president had no knowledge of the arrest of the opposition leader. But that is the problem. Everything in Uganda is about President Museveni. In a country of 45 million souls, over 7.5 in every 10 of them has only ever known President Yoweri Museveni as their leader. That is because the country has a young population and over 3/4 of them are under 35. The law had to be changed to enable the incumbent president to fight this election, as at 76 years old, he was over the upper limit the Constitution allowed for a president. Well, he's won another 5 years in power and will have been in power for almost half a century at 40 years if he sees it through. Sentamu Kyagulanyi, better known as musician Bobby Wine, is the opposite of Mr. Museveni. At 38, he is literally half the age of the president and naturally has a huge appeal for the youth in a country with a young population. And while that is his stellar advantage, Bobby Wine's age becomes at the same time his Achilles heel. It jars with two sets of cultural values held in Uganda, one political culture, the other social culture. Now, while President Museveni affectionately calls the population his Bazukulu, meaning grandchildren in the Lugandan language, Bobby Wine is appealing to his peers and lacks the cultural authority to address the nation in the avuncular and accepted manner of a respected senior citizen. Several, as President Museveni is affectionately called by his supporters, brings years of experience to the table, plus a record of pacifying the northern and eastern parts of Uganda, riven by warfare when he came to power in a military intervention that was widely seen at the time as a liberation of Uganda. Bobby Wine has no such pretensions to achievements or lived experience, popular musician though he is. The second aspect of African political culture favouring President Museveni is the tendency of African leaders of his age not to know where the off switch is. They just continue burning like the only bulb in the nation when power should long have been transferred to others. The question this forever notion of power begs is this: if, after 30 years, you've not achieved what you came to do, what on earth do you expect to achieve in another 5 years holding the reins of power? So Bobby Wine was placed under house arrest after the poll. The internet was shut down suddenly before the polling started and switched back on days later. Journalists complained that it cut their access to sources and contacts. Bobby Wine complained that the veil of darkness that shut down drew over the nation and enabled the incumbent president to perform many electoral ills. Up to 40 people are reported to have been killed in the run-up to the elections, and the EU and USA have appealed for a reduction of tension in the country and an explanation of various irregularities in the conduct of the election. They've also sought explanations as to the house arrest of Mr. Wine. Now, Wine himself has reported having survived 2 assassination attempts and been forced, he says, to campaign in a bulletproof jacket. All the above begs 2 questions. Are African cultural values of respect for age and a general attitude of authoritarianism in leadership style compatible with the Western system of democracy? The Western system strictly prohibits long-term rule, in part because anyone in power for longer than 2 terms will struggle not to overstep the rules if required to do so for interminable periods of time. The longer one stays in power, the more difficult it is to leave, because improprieties which may come to haunt an incumbent exist in greater number also. To stay in power for long periods requires a system of patronage and central control which in and of itself simply aids corruption, and so the troubles multiply. Uganda is an exquisitely beautiful country, blessed with an environment and resources that make it literally the Garden of Eden on earth. Add to that a young, vibrant population, and it's set for great success given the right leadership and the absence of a pandemic. Well, Uganda has chosen President Museveni for a record 6th term, and with it posed a perennial question for African leaders. How long is too long in power? And when will the young people have their turn to lead their countries in Africa? I'm Ted Kofi. Thanks for watching this edition of African News. Join me again next time.
Thank you, Ted, for that brilliant piece. Well done. Well, this is where we end part 1 Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll be bringing you Bayo Elupeju, some comedy skits by MC Mark, friends of Yanga, and a whole lot more. Don't touch that dial.
Your ship's coming in, how are you waiting at the airport? Airport. And when your ship's coming in, how are you waiting at the airport? Airport. And when your ship's coming in, how are you waiting at the airport? Airport. And when your ship's coming in, how are you waiting at the airport? Airport. Pass you by, you let it just pass you by, and the opportunity is missed because of self-doubt, self-doubt, self-doubt. You let it just pass you by, you let it just pass you by. Hey. And when your ship's coming in, how are you waiting at the airport? Airport.
Welcome to part 2. In recent times, the budding topic among community leaders, it is how we can, as a community, have different types of collaborative efforts so our community can grow bigger and better. Here's Bayo Elupeju talking about collaboration.
Hello, jàre ọmọlúwàbí, káàárọ̀. Ọ̀sán lẹ́yìn wà bẹ́ẹ̀, àwọn kan tẹ̀ nírọ̀lẹ́ làwọn wà. I am calling you because of this rivalry between you and your brother. How long are you going to continue to live your life like this? This was what you did in the whole of 2020. You cannot continue with it again in 2021 now. No, it is not done. Don't do that. The best thing to do is to call your brother and ask him what exactly he really wants. How does he want to do his own business? How does he want to make his own move? Do not pull him down. Don't make war with him. OT, no, don't do that. If all of us continue to prove that we are the best, we are better, we are the stronger, we are this thing, we will not even be able to move forward. I see how many businesses suffered last year. Imagine if all of us had collaborated and your own technical know-how was put into his business, and then you decided, you can sign papers, you can have agreements. No, that should not be a problem. And I'm not even asking you not to do that. Do the necessary things, but do not make it difficult for your brother to survive. And that is what the Igbo people call unhealthy rivalry. Don't be a bad rival. You can be a rival to somebody, but you are actually encouraging the person. Let us make it healthy. We should not continue like this. After all, the nations of the world who are doing very well today, if you look at it, it is based on collaboration. You will see one motor from China. By the time you look in the engine, you will see that part of the engine is from Germany, part of the engine is from Korea. That is how to live the life that we are in today. We are in a world of collaboration. And that is what is going to help all of us in 2021. Do not make it a war anymore. We don't need war. All that we need is friendship. Let us make it work for ourselves. Make this rivalry a better one. Imagine, don't turn yourself to Omo Yawusa. Everybody cannot say they are doing their own on their own. We must come together and make it a better country, a better nation, or even a better life for ourselves. Oshe. Please tell your friends to subscribe to this channel and look forward to more messages from me. Oshe Ojari. It shall be a wonderful year for all of us.
Thank you, Bayo. As we all know, February 14, which is Valentine's Day, is around the corner. So what plans do you have for that special person? Now, it's not just for people we love alone. We can extend it to those that are not even so close to us, and we just want to extend some hand of love, some hand of friendship towards that person. Surprise them with a gift, special delivery at their door, considering the lockdown. So special delivery at their door of a bouquet of flowers or cake or any kind of gift that you think that person would appreciate. Even if it means you crediting the person's account, it's still not too much. This is, showing love to being your brother or your sister's keeper, as I always say. Right, next is comedy skits by a global comedian, and of course is also a content creator. Most importantly, he's my friend, MC Mark.
Listen, right, my name is MC Mark, comedian of the United Nations. There are 3 stages in this thing. First is the lockdown. Then there's still money in your account. There's still food at home. The kids are around. You're still doing exercise because you're excited. For those of you challenging me to press up, I can do a little bit more than press up. Watch this. I challenge you all to go and do this. There you go. Then the second stage is shut down when money is starting to become extinct, food is running out of the house. That's shut down. I'm struggling with my video of somersault challenge, so stop the video. Right, the third stage is critical because food is running out. The kids have gone mental for being at home for long. The missus is not allowing you to come near her because social distancing. That is when the third stage is man down. Man down.
Thank you, MC Mark, for your unflinching support towards Y community. We appreciate you loads. Next is videos from friends of Yanga. The first one is all the way from Germany by David Chukwukelu. And the next one is by our very young author. She launched her book virtually yesterday, Favor Balogun Wilson. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, I'm David and I'm currently reporting live to you from Germany. As you might be able to tell, that's the Rhine River behind me. I think that's the biggest river in Europe if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm more or less stuck here right now. I was supposed to come back to the UK, but I was actually coming from South Africa. I had a few video and film projects in Cape Town. So the moment I tried to get back, my flights actually got cancelled because of the virus mutation that was happening. So on that day, I decided to divert my flight to Germany, which luckily hadn't closed their borders yet. And the funny thing is that on my flight to Germany, I haven't had my test results. My test results were not produced up until then. So in my head, I was a bit concerned because, given the whole media coverage of the virus is getting here in Germany as well as in the UK and Europe and the world generally, I expected the borders, to be very, very tight on people that are coming in, especially from a country where there's virus mutation. So the moment I landed in Qatar, because I had one transit in Qatar, I was already a bit shaky, a bit nervous. I couldn't really sleep on my flight coming to Germany. But the moment I actually got to the country, I didn't even get asked any questions. I basically just picked up my bags. No one asked me where I was coming from. I didn't even have to go through immigration. They didn't ask for anything really. Actually, I went through the electronic immigration thingy. So, I mean, I do have a German passport because I have family here, but I was still surprised. I would expect the least that, given the media coverage and the anticipation, the hype of the virus online, the measures should be somewhat adequate, or if not, I mean, then step down the hype a bit. You know what I mean? Because I mean, how can someone from a virus-mutated country just come in, no questions asked? And that was for anyone on that flight, because I actually flew with one guy that was also coming from South Africa who didn't have a German passport. So that was a bit of a surprise to me. However, now I'm kind of grateful. I am kind of grateful right now that I'm here in Germany, because I actually flew with some people. I know some people that flew to the UK from South Africa, and they got checked every day. So they had a whole police department that was showing up to their door, making sure they were staying indoors in London. Even on New Year's Eve, a police officer was making sure that the girl was not leaving her place. So I found that a bit heavy, but it is what it is. So I'm happy I'm here. I hope everyone's keeping sane, and greetings from Germany.
Hello everybody, my name is Favor Balogun Wilson. I am 14 years old and I'm the author of this book right here. It is called A Teenager in Lockdown. I wrote this book during the first lockdown that happened, as it was a very stressful time for me and many others. I'm hoping that when you pick up this book and read it, it will help you, adults, teenagers, parents, be able to cope and deal with this stressful and hard time. As more lockdowns may happen, I hope that this book inspires you to try new things and to step out of your comfort zone.
Our featured video is from someone we all so much love and respect in the community. She's our big sister, Joella Omolara from Niger Bites. Enjoy.
Ẹja tútù ṣọkọ yọkọtọ. Ẹja tútù ṣọkọ yọkọtọ. Mi ò ní jẹun tí ó dá. Ìlàjú mi sílẹ̀ kí wá fi ṣàkúrọ̀ ṣàpọ́nlé. Níbi òwúrọ̀ mi, ẹlẹ́ja tútù gbé wá. Tóró dédé.
Hello, my name is Mr. McDonough at Mount Carmel Catholic College for Girls. I'm the assistant principal. I just want to talk about Joan's. I've only been here since September, and Joan's cooking has been fantastic. Every day she cooks for a number of students in the school, and it's really tasty, it's really well presented. And I know that this evening she's doing the programme on Nigerian cooking as well, and just looking around us where we can see the food, it's absolutely delicious. We've got lots of combinations of flavour, we've got quite spicy food, not so spicy food as well, but all I can say is that it's very enjoyable, and I hope you enjoy it the same as well.
Hello, my name's Oyi. Today I learned how to cook Nigerian food but in a more modern and contemporary way. So we learned how to do starters, which we don't traditionally eat in Nigeria necessarily, and we also learn how to display and put our food out in nice ways. That's what I learned today.
Hi, my name's Toby. I was one of the students here today in the Nigerian cookery class. I really enjoyed it. I was able to have a delve into my own culture of making food and understanding it myself, and I really enjoyed the experience, and I hope I can recreate this myself sometimes, but I really appreciated it.
Hi, my name's Fatima. I'm one of the students at today's cooking class. Cooking today I gained quite a bit. So obviously I knew the basics of cooking chicken and jollof rice, but then adding some new ingredients and flavours to it made it a lot different, and it tasted a lot better. So I've actually gained a lot from today, and I'd like to thank Auntie Lara for everything today, because it went really well.
My name is John Omolara Sanwo-Olu. I'm a catering manager at Mount Carmel Girls Catholic College. I've been in the catering business for almost 30 years now. It's been my passion since I was a child. My whole family knew that I was going to definitely be a caterer, because I've always been baking and cooking from age 6. It's my passion. I just love doing it. I'm never tired of doing what I do best. I'm happy because it's a dream come true, which I've always wanted to do. And I know that this is the foundation, and there's more to come from Nigeria Bites. Thank you all.
Well, this is where we end the comeback edition of Y Community. I trust you've enjoyed every bit of it. It's been my pleasure bringing it to you. Please, let's keep adhering to government guidelines on COVID-19. It's all for our own good. Let's keep protecting ourselves, our family members, and helping the NHS by safe distancing, washing our hands regularly, wearing of our masks when we're out and about, and of course, don't go visiting people or receiving visitors. It's all for our own good, and by the special grace of God, we shall all overcome this pandemic. I just want to quickly say thank you to the entire team at Yanga Studios. That's Cameron, Lindsay, Gerard, Sheung, Rachel, and every other person that has put this package together. Thank you all so much. I'll be leaving you with this beautiful music by Bisola titled Breathe.
I used to worry, I used to be the one who would often let the fear take a hold of me. I couldn't breathe. I used to carry all the weight of the world, it just seemed to be hanging heavy over me. I couldn't see a way out of the prison inside me, but you came, brought life deep inside. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. I lost hope, I thought it's game over, but love came, said no, no, no more.